Hello, it's Orit Krug here, and we are back for another day of our Wired for Love Q&A. It's day 2, so if you want to go back to day 1, you could just scroll up on my feed and check that out. Today, I'm answering 2 more questions and any questions that might come up spontaneously during this live, and answering your questions on how you can rewire your nervous system for love and connection instead of bringing in old patterns from your past relationships, old fears, old hurt into your relationships today. So let's get to it. I'm going to read these questions anonymously since they were asked privately in my group, The Lasting Love Movement. So the first question is, what is the best way to deal with a partner who carries and breathes a lot of negative energy and projects that onto you? So this is such an important question, and really, the most important thing is that you have a solid sense of your own boundaries so that when you're dealing with this, you have a really powerful and strong sense of yourself before dealing with any of their negative energy. Because if you tend to get or to feel guilty, or you kind of over apologize, maybe they're blaming you, maybe they're telling you it's your fault that they're feeling negative, or if you get really upset when they're upset, then that's not going to create any progress or resolution, because now both of your nervous systems are in a state of dysregulation and you are both getting triggered by things that have happened in the past rather than actually dealing with what's going on in the moment. So your nervous system has to be strong, and you have to be able to self-regulate even in the face of triggers from your partner in order to really strengthen and keep your boundaries even in the face of conflict, because your nervous system plays just as much or just an equal part of a role in your relationship as your partners, even if they're the only ones being really negative. So if you can have that ability to stay calm and say, you know what, that's their stuff, and I know that I didn't do anything wrong, or this is me, then you're in a much better position to actually go somewhere with it. So if you want to understand what it will really take for you to strengthen your nervous system and your boundaries and transform your relationship, even if your partner will not or refuses to do any of the healing work themselves, then come to my Wired for Love training. It's free, it's online, and even if your partner doesn't want to dig into any of this, you can rewire your nervous system and transform your relationship. All right, question number 2. I have a bad habit of avoiding conflict with my partner, and I'm not sure how to break it. It's like I don't realize that I'm doing it until I've let all the little things build up until I can't take any more and then do something stupid to sabotage our relationship. How do I recognize while it's happening and before it's too late? All right, so usually when my clients come to me with this kind of issue, they realize pretty quickly that they're going into a freeze response a lot more than they were aware of in the moment. So when your nervous system reacts with this freeze response, this is a neurophysiological reaction that happens way quicker than your mind could even, jump in and say something and speak up. So as long as the freeze response is happening, there is nothing that we can do in this space to actually confront what's going on. And that really prevents us from physically and neurophysiologically being able to speak up in the moment. Also, the freeze response is an even more primitive response than the fight or flight. And it's a really stressful reaction in your body. And it actually is safer and feels safer for you. Well, I should say it feels safer for you to avoid conflict rather than address it. So the reason that the freeze response happens is because whatever conflict is arising in your relationship is reminding you of the hurt that you've experienced in the past. So if your partner doesn't call you back, if your partner has hid something from you or isn't trusting you, let's say it reminds you of when you were younger and your parents never trusted you. They questioned everything that you did, and it created such a state of anxiety and fear for you. So what needs to happen is that you have to access your trauma from your nonverbal subconscious and release it, really release it from that space so that you can rewire your nervous system and you can get in command of your body's actions instead of your nervous system reactions hijacking your body and taking over any conscious intention that you've had to speak up. So that was a mouthful. So if you want to learn how to access and release your trauma from your nonverbal subconscious, and you might even be wondering, what is the nonverbal subconscious? If you want to learn what is the nonverbal subconscious, why most trauma healers and experts don't know about it and don't work with their clients with it, and why you actually really need to know what it is and release your trauma from that space, then come join my free Wired for Love training. The link is here in the post. I think it's above the video. It's wiredforlovetherapy.com. Again, it's free, it's online, it's a 3-part video training that comes with an amazing workbook that not only do you get to learn how you can heal your trauma and rewire your nervous system and end sabotaging patterns, ending subconscious patterns that you're bringing in from the past, but you actually get to apply it to your unique situation, your unique trauma, your unique relationship by filling out and completing and really engaging in the workbook, which is, you get to write in it, you get to do visualization with it. It's a very embodied training, and it is more impactful and effective than years of talk therapy could ever really be. So I encourage you to sign up for my Wired for Love training. Again, the link is right here above. It's wiredforlovetherapy.com. And if any other questions come up for you, leave a comment, ask me your questions. I can answer it in the next coming days. I'll be back for the next 3 days with more questions. Until next time, see ya. Bye.